Hello, my name's Rachel and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Netflix. Is Netflix a good long-term investment, and will I be adding to my Netflix position in my portfolio at the moment? So in this video, I'll be going through all the pros and cons of investing in Netflix at the moment. So I hold a small amount of Netflix in my Freetrade portfolio, and when I say small, I mean really small. I think it is around about £15 because I do like to only invest in individual stocks and shares with a small amount of money, and the greater amount of money that I invest is in ETFs, funds, and then also trusts. But the ETFs, funds and trusts I am invested in often have Netflix in their top 10 holdings. So I am invested in Netflix through those funds, trusts and ETFs as well, but I do choose to only invest small amounts of money into individual stocks and shares at the moment. So I would definitely consider myself a DIY investor, just doing my own research and learning about investing as I go. So please don't consider this financial advice, but I will be including lots of interesting stats and facts about Netflix and how they are performing at the moment. So the typical 16 to 35-year-old spends more time on streaming services and YouTube than watching live television. Now, this is definitely the case in our house. We always have either Netflix or Amazon Prime on, and we very rarely watch live TV. The only times we really watch live TV in this house is if there is a sports match on that someone particularly wants to watch, then we will watch that live. But other than that, we don't really watch live TV. So Netflix share price has gained 8.16% in the last year. Now that is not particularly good, especially when you compare it to the growth of the S&P 500, which is the index which tracks the top 500 companies in the US, which has grown at 22.91% in the same period. It's also the second worst performing stock of the FANG stocks, which include Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and then also Google. So it's not done particularly well in that group either. The other issue with Netflix at the moment is it has been particularly hammered by the tech growth stock sell-off in the last 6 weeks. So its share price has really dropped considerably in the last 6 weeks as well. Netflix also saw a huge influx of subscribers during the pandemic, and that influx looks to have slowed and started to plateau. However, there are some positives around Netflix, and I will be holding on to my existing small allocation of Netflix within my portfolio. One of the main positives with Netflix is that it is the market leader in streaming services, and that is both through revenue and then also the number of subscribers. So I feel confident in Netflix because of that market leading position. Netflix expects its revenue to increase 16.1% year over year to $7.71 billion. Netflix is also doing some really interesting things globally and performing well globally. So interestingly, last month they announced that they were cutting their subscription cost in India by 60%. So that is to try and rival Amazon and Disney, who actually are doing better than Netflix in India. So it's to bring the prices down to hopefully increase engagement and bring on more subscribers in India. Also, Netflix have a real interest in producing TV that will be globally popular as well. So an example of this is their recent production of the Korean program Squid Game, which was super popular. They also produced a Spanish program called The Money Heist, which again has been really popular too. So they're not just focusing on the UK and US market, they are producing TV programs that are popular globally. So what am I doing with my Netflix stock? For me now personally, I am just going to hold on to the small amount that I have. As I said, it is held within a lot of the funds, trusts and ETFs that I have as well. And at the moment, I don't feel comfortable adding to this position anymore, even though I do think the current holding of Netflix that I have, I will hold for the long term. At the moment, I am just going to wait it out a little bit and see what happens with the concerns over inflation and see whether the tech sell-off continues, because it might be something that I might buy some more of later on. So for now, Netflix, although I think it is a good long-term investment and I'm not selling my existing investment, At the moment, I will not be buying more either. So that's just what I'm doing as a DIY investor, doing my own research at the moment. But you might want to do something completely different. I'd be interested here in the comments down below if you own Netflix and if you plan to buy any more of the stock, or if you think there's any other similar stocks I should be looking at too. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and have a really lovely day. Bye bye.